My country people, fellow Nigerians, Happy New Year, everybody. As the first video where I go do concerning Nigeria this year, I just say make I bring to una knowledge some very important information. But first, make I ask una, share as a Nigerian, you don't give up on this country, say Nigeria no go ever fit better. Share we don't surrender to bad and failed leadership. So no matter what government do us, we no go fit take action, make we kuku accept them like that. Because as Nigeria be today, all of us be like hostages where they kidnap. And instead of us to come together and fight for our own freedom, we rather they cooperate with the people where take us hostage. Because you know, say if person kidnap you, now the thing where your kidnapper give you night you go chop. Now how they treat you night you go take, because you are hopeless and helpless. God forbid for me to be a hostage in my own country. So for those who believe say we need to do something or take action for this country to better, I just say make I bring some important information to you now. It be like the time to act done the day later. This is 2025. Next year is 2026. The coming year is 2027. By 2027, we must hold our Nigerian general elections. But by 2026, all political parties must hold primaries and have their candidates. Even campaigns go start by the end of that year. I take God beg, now waiting be our plans for 2027. What exactly do we want to do to achieve? Or we want to continue to sit down for social media, they talk without taking any action? Waiting with they do concerning INEC and electoral reform for this country. I beg, when are we going to the National Assembly in a peaceful demonstration to demand the electoral reform to address the root cause of our problem? All of us did this social media. We see last year, if this one happen, I go come talk justice for this. Not only me, every other person. This year we don't start again. Few days ago, they see my auntie just a date on that they talk about one picking. Reports don't come again about that boy. Your media delay where they talk say he confessed say he killing friend Christian Ido for Lagos last year. According to reports, they say he know they prison. DPP know they respond. Police know they respond. For those who travel go house, transportation go home and come back. All of those issues. How far? I just want to let you know, say for every case of human rights violation where you hear one way come social media, there are 20 more where nobody know about. For every one case of police brutality where we talk for this social media, there are 50 more where nobody go hear about. For how long we want to address this thing one by one, instead of coming together and addressing the root cause of our problem so that everybody go rest. I be all of us they fear. You they see the news when APC spokesperson they threaten Peter Obi. Now so they start now. Now so it be. If a ruling party can be that desperate to be attacking a private individual for airing his opinion, imagine the desperation we go come by the time elections done the near. So all of us must come together and decide what we want. Night I say make I kuku inform una. This same APC where been they shout say 16 years of PDP. My dear brothers and sisters, by 2027 APC will have had 12 years. If Tinubu has another 4 years, by 2031 APC would have had 16 years. Imagine living under 16 years of PDP, 16 years of APC, under a mediocre and incompetent system of leadership for 32 years of a human being's life. Complete generation wasted under failed leadership. We must do something. We must act now. So I say make I just inform una. As it is be today for Nigeria, this is the Nigerian president. This is the Nigerian Senate president. This is the Inspector General of Police. And even if he retire before the next election, you can imagine who will be used to replace him. This is the Chief Justice of Nigeria. This is the INEC chairman. Even if he come out from office before 2027, you can still imagine the person will go replace him. But the mere fact say this same person is still parading as INEC chairman. The mere fact say this character is still overseeing elections for this country. Not they give anybody cause for concern. My country people, we need to think about what we want to do for ourselves. Or if not, we dey postpone the evil day. We go continue to protest and re-protest. The fact that things dey this bad this year, not mean say no go fit dey worse. Now so Nigeria matter bill. Share all of us won't keep quiet because we dey fear to talk. If they won't carry people where they talk, they go carry plenty this year. Me, the kukuma know me, I no get address anywhere they can carry me. The only problem is that I work with God the Father, I work with God the Son, and I work with host of angels, all of them join. So I get backing. That is the only thing. So anybody who believes that speaking the truth is bad for them, they don't already perish, because we must stand by the truth. That is what will set us free. I take God beg on our Nigerians. If we keep quiet, we die. If we talk, we die. We better talk for our own collective interest and our own good. Now I say make I can't tell you now this is a clarion call for all activists, opposition. When I say opposition, not be PDP, Labour Party, because those ones you feel waiting they happen for those parties. Now the hand of government be that. Those of us victims of bad government, we are the opposition. We must come together and help ourselves, because help is not coming from anywhere. Now I say make I tell you now 2025 Ireo, may Nigerians help themselves and know that we are the help that we are looking for. God don't help us, make we help ourselves. Happy New Year, I'm Randy.
Suffering is man-made. God created a planet. I mean, for example, just look at our country, Nigeria. If you're a Nigerian, there's nothing we need in this country that we don't have. Nothing. There's no need for suffering in Nigeria at all. Look at our soil. Look at our weather. I mean, right now in America, they are crying for winter, crazy winter. Houses are falling, all kinds of stuff. Fires are burning all over California. Look at our country. Look at our weather. Anything you throw on the ground, even if you don't tend it, it germinates. Look at our oil wells. Look at our diamond mines, our gold mines. Look at our technological capabilities in the country. Then look at our brains as Nigeria. Then look at our resilience. We shouldn't lack anything as a country. So suffering in Nigeria is man-made. It's men that created suffering so other people, some people can be rich and some people can be poor to serve the rich. It's man-made. Class in society is man-made. It's not God. God has created an enabling planet for everybody to do well, but men always want to oppress men. It's the way it is. It's like governments fighting another government. A country will just stand up and hit another country. War has started, and they will say, no, we want to take half of your country, otherwise there'll be no peace. I mean, why can't people be contented with what they have? So again, that's the way the world system is designed, and God is not responsible for it.
Yesterday, just as I expected, I came across one of Nigeria's biggest church leaders declaring 100 days of fasting for Nigeria. He said the country will soon experience peace after the church's 100-day fast is over. Now, it will be completely delusional to think that these people do not know that these prayers and fasting absolutely do nothing to improve Nigeria's trajectory. Yet every new year, we start with these prayers for a better Nigeria. So I'm asking this morning, what more do you want God to do for Nigeria? Because if nations across the world were to argue as to who is God's favorite child, Nigeria will undoubtedly be seen as one of God's favorite children. God gave Nigeria everything, way more natural and human resources than most countries on earth. Arable land, no natural disasters, fantastic weather for agriculture, some of the most brilliant minds on earth. A people with the skills to thrive in any part of the world that we have found. God didn't fail Nigeria one bit. Nigerians failed Nigeria. God gave this nation fertile soil, rivers that flow like veins through the heart of the nation. Nigeria is not lacking in blessings that we need to pray for. It is instead drowning in gross mismanagement. So again, what more do you want God to do for Nigeria as you fast for 100 days? What more is God meant to do for our country? To choose your leaders for you? To help you jail your corrupt politicians? To help you properly utilize all the vast resources that He has already blessed us with? There's almost no nation on the continent that should have been at par with Nigeria in development and quality of life for its citizens. If you think about just the wealth we should have from oil alone, take a look at what other countries have done with their own oil wealth. Think of what the Niger Delta alone could look like if we managed our resources better. So stop praying to God to bless Nigeria. He's already blessed us beyond what we could ever imagine. And again, when you are calling on God to save Nigeria, what exactly do you want Him to do? God is not going to run your elections for you. He's not going to run your justice system for you. He will not create a better constitution for Nigeria. All of those things were left for you to handle as Nigerians, the best that you could. But instead, we've allowed the worst to rule over us. We've placed tribe and religion over prosperity as a nation. We've allowed the destruction of our institutions by our fellow citizens. God didn't abandon Nigeria. Nigerians instead have laid our bed this way, and so we must lay on it. Your National Assembly members are singing on your mandate, we shall stand. One state governor cannot read his own budget figures. One state governor paid his children's school fees till graduation and is currently being welcomed home like a hero. Where do you want God to step in here? If your governor can't read his own budget figures, what do you want God to do in a situation like that? Again, we have laid our bed. Let us lie on it. Good morning, Nigerians.
I deliberately started with what that our brother is saying about calling the government to make them accountable, and then followed up by saying what Pastor Abel Damina said, and he collaborates everything with what the next guy said about how Nigeria has been favored. God has favored Nigerians so much, and it's the truth. God we should say God is partial. We'll say God has been partial towards other countries, but Nigeria is super blessed because God has blessed Nigerians with everything on this earth richly to enjoy. But it's just that we are not fortunate with good leaders. If out of, you see, we just have maybe 2% of good leaders in Nigeria, maybe 1%. The rest are just for their own selfish interests. Everything that happens in Nigeria to constitute poverty or to make people poor is man-made, not God-made. So while pastors are saying we should pray for Nigeria, the pastors who are saying they should pray for Nigeria should also call the government accountable, because that will make the government know and not always send their wives. Because there was a time Tinubu's wife came out to say they should pray for her husband. The husband is not the cause of the hardship. That was that period the husband had just removed fuel subsidy. Outside the country, there are many countries that subsidize even milk. So you take away fuel subsidy, that is the only thing Nigerians are benefiting from government, and you say your husband is not the problem. of Nigeria. So I want to know, you guys, let me know on the comment section if the speakers did not see the right thing, because I feel they see the right thing. Let's